June Lockhart, who became a mother figure for a generation of television viewers whether at home in Lassie or up in the stratosphere in Lost in Space, has died. She was 100. June Kathleen Lockhart, June 25, 1925, died in October 23, 2025, was an American actress, beginning a film career in the 1930s and 1940s in films such as A Christmas Carol and Meet Me in St. Louis. She appeared primarily in 1950s and 1960s television and with performances on stage and in film. On 2 television series, Lassie and Lost in Space, she played mother roles. Lockhart also portrayed Dr. Janet Craig on the CBS television sitcom Petticoat Junction, 1968 to 1970. She was a 2-time Emmy Award nominee and a Tony Award winner. With a career spanning nearly 90 years, Lockhart was one of the last surviving actors from the golden age of Hollywood. June Lockhart was born on June 25, 1925, in New York City, New York. She was the daughter of Canadian-American actor Gene Lockhart, who came to prominence on Broadway in 1933 in A Wilderness, and English-born actress Kathleen Lockhart. Her grandfather was John Coates Lockhart, a concert singer. Lockhart attended the Westlake School for Girls in Beverly Hills, California. Lockhart made her film debut opposite her parents in a film version of A Christmas Carol in 1938. She also played supporting parts in Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944, Sergeant York, 1941, All This and Heaven 2, 1940, and The Yearling, 1946. She played a key role in Son of Lassie, 1945. A concept that she revisited at length during the television series Lassie more than a dozen years later. She was the top-billed star of She-Wolf of London, 1946. In 1986, Lockhart appeared in the fantasy film Troll. The younger version of her character in that film was played by her daughter, Anne Lockhart. They had previously played the same woman at 2 different ages in the Lest We Forget episode of the television series Magnum P.I. 1981. Lockhart debuted on stage at the age of 8, playing Mimsy in Peter Ibbetson, presented by the Metropolitan Opera. In 1947, her acting in For Love or Money brought her out of her parents' shadow and gained her notice as a promising movie actress in her own right. One newspaper article began, "June Lockhart has burst on Broadway with the suddenness of an unpredicted comet." In 1951, Lockhart starred in Lawrence Riley's biographical play Kin Hubbard opposite Tom Ewell. In 1955, Lockhart appeared in an episode of CBS Appointment with Adventure. About this time, she also made several appearances on NBC's legal drama Justice, based on case files of the Legal Aid Society of New York. In the late 1950s, Lockhart guest-starred in several popular television westerns, including Wagon Train in the episode The Ricky and Laura Bell Story, and Cimarron City in the episode Medicine Man with Gary Merrill on NBC, Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, and Rawhide on CBS. In 1958, Lockhart was the narrator for Playhouse 90's telecast of the George Balanchine version of Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker, featuring Balanchine himself as Drosselmeyer, along with the New York City Ballet. Lockhart was also famous for her roles as TV mothers, first as Ruth Martin, the wife of Paul Martin, portrayed by Hugh Riley, and the mother of Timmy Martin, played by John Provost, in the 1950s CBS series Lassie, a role that she played from 1958 to 1964. She replaced actress Cloris Leachman, who in turn had replaced Jan Clayton, who had played a similar character earlier in the series. Following her 5-year run on Lassie, Lockhart made a guest appearance on Perry Mason as defendant Mona Stanton Harvey in the case of the scandalous sculptor. Lockhart then starred as Dr. Maureen Robinson in Lost in Space, which ran from 1965 to 1968 on CBS, opposite veteran actors Guy Williams and Jonathan Harris. In 1965, Lockhart played librarian Ina Coolbrith, first poet laureate of California, in the episode Magic Locket of the syndicated Western series Death Valley Days. She then appeared as Dr. Janet Craig on the final 2 seasons of the CBS sitcom Petticoat Junction, 1968 to 1970. Her character was brought in to fill the void created after B. Benaderet died during the run of the show. Lockhart was a regular in the ABC soap opera General Hospital during the 1980s and 1990s, and was also a voice actress, providing the voice of Martha Day, the lead character in the Hanna-Barbera animated series These Are the Days on ABC during the 1970s. Lockhart appeared as a hostess on the Miss USA pageant on CBS for 6 years, the Miss Universe pageant on CBS for 6 years, the Tournament of Roses parade on CBS for 8 years, and the Thanksgiving parade on CBS for 5 years. In 1991, Lockhart appeared as Miss Wiltrout, Michelle Tanner's kindergarten teacher on the TV sitcom Full House. She also had a cameo in the 1998 film Lost in Space, based on the television series in which she had starred 30 years earlier. In 2002, she appeared in 2 episodes of The Drew Carey Show as Lewis' mother, Misty Kaniski, alongside fellow TV mom Marion Ross, who played Drew's mother. In 2004, Lockhart voiced the role of Grandma Emma Fowler in Focus on the Family's The Last Chance Detectives audio cases. Lockhart starred as James Caan's mother in an episode of Las Vegas and since guest starred in episodes of Cold Case and Grey's Anatomy, in the 2007 ABC family television film Holiday in Handcuffs, and in the 2007 feature film Wesley as Susanna Wesley, mother of the founder of Methodism, John Wesley. In May 2014, Lockhart began filming for Tesla Effect, a video game that combines live-action footage with three-dimensional graphics. In 1948, Lockhart received a special Tony Award for Outstanding Performance by a Newcomer, a category that no longer exists, for her role on Broadway in For Love or Money. Lockhart donated her Tony Award to the Smithsonian Institution in 2008 for display in the Permanent Entertainment Archives of the National Museum of American History. Lockhart was nominated for 2 Emmy Awards. In 1953, she was nominated for Best Actress. In 1959, she was nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role, Continuing Character, in a dramatic series for her role in Lassie. Lockhart has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one for motion pictures, 6323, Hollywood Boulevard, and one for television, 6362, Hollywood Boulevard. Both were dedicated on February 8, 1960. In 2013, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration awarded her the Exceptional Public Achievement Medal for inspiring the public about space exploration. In 1951, Lockhart married John F. Maloney. They had 2 daughters, and Kathleen and June Elizabeth. The couple divorced in 1959. She married architect John Lindsay that same year, but they divorced in October 1970 and she never remarried. A Roman Catholic, Lockhart and her daughter and an actress Kay Lenz met Pope John Paul II in 1985. Lockhart had a lifelong fascination with American presidential candidates and the media's coverage of them. Her friend reporter Merriman Smith arranged for her to travel with both major party candidates Dwight D. Eisenhower and Adlai Stevenson during the 1956 presidential election and again with both campaigns in the 1960 election. Between 1957 and 2004, Lockhart attended many presidential briefings. Although a child of the greatest generation, Lockhart embraced rock music and listened to emerging rock bands. In an interview, her Lost in Space co-star Bill Mumy stated that she took Angela Cartwright and him to the Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub in Hollywood to hang out with the Allman Brothers Band. Appearing on The Virginia Graham Show in 1970 with Art Metrano and LGBT cleric Troy Perry, Lockhart confronted Graham about her moralizing tone toward gay people. On June 25, 2025, Lockhart turned 100 years old. On October 23, 2025, Lockhart died at her home in Santa Monica, California.